जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन। यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन। जमुना तीर वनचारी। जमुना तीर वनचारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद। श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे। हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे। हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. जय राधा मदन मोहन, राधा मदन मोहन राधे। जय कृष्ण बलराम, जय कृष्ण बलराम, कृष्ण बलराम, जय कृष्ण बलराम। जय गौरनिताय, 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 जय गौरनिताय। जय प्रह्लादेश, जय नरसिंहदेव, प्रह्लादेश, जय नरसिंहदेव। जय जय प्रभुपाद, प्रभुपाद, भूपाद, प्रभुपाद। हरिनाम संकीर्तन की, सामवेद भक्त वृंद की, शिला प्रभुपाद की, निताई गौर प्रेमानंदे। हरे कृष्णा। So, before starting, I would like to seek blessings of all of you, because if qualification is considered, I am not eligible at all, but it's only by mercy and blessings that I will try to speak something on this Amal Puran. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayed Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttam Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 5, Chapter 5, Text 14. Karmashayam Hridaya Granthi Bandha Avidyaya asidat avidyaya siddham apramattah anena yogena yathopadesham samyak vyapoyo parameta yogat karmashayam hridaya granthi bandham avidyaya sidatam apramattah anena yogena yathopadesham samyak vyapohyo parameta yogat karmashayam hridaya granthi bandham avidya saditam apramattah anena yogena yathopadesham samyak vyapohyo parameta yogat karmashayam hridaya granthi bandham avidyaya saditam apramattah anena yogena yathopadesham samyak vyapohyo parameta yogat karmashayam hridaya granthi bandham avidyaya saditam apramattah anena yogena yathopadesham samyak vyapohyo parameta yogat karmashayam hridaya granthi bandham avidyaya saditam apramattah anena yogena yathopadesham samyak vyapohyo parameta yogat karmashayam hridaya granthi bandham avidyaya saditam apramattah anena yogena yathopadesham samyak yathopyo parameta yogat. Mataji's karmashayam hridaya granthi bandham avidyaya saditam apramattah anena yogena yathopadesham samyak vyapohyo parameta yogat. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. First we'll read the word-to-word meaning. Karmashayam, the desire for fruitive activities. Hridaya Granthi, the knot in the heart. Bandham, bondage. Avidyaya, because of ignorance. Asaditam, brought about. Apramattah, not being covered by ignorance or illusion. Very careful. Anen, by this. Yogen, practice of yoga. Yathopadesham, as advised. Samyak, completely. Vyapohya, becoming free from. Uparameta, one should desist. Yoga, from the practice of yoga. the means of liberation. Translation: As I have advised you, my dear sons, you should act accordingly. Be very careful. By these means, you will be freed from the ignorance of the desire for fruitive activity, and the knot of knowledge in the heart will be completely knot of bondage in the heart will be completely severed. For further advancement, you should also give up the means. That is, you should not become attached to the process of liberation itself. Purport: The process of liberation is Brahma Jigyasa, the search for the absolute truth. Generally, Brahma Jigyasa is called Neti Neti, the process by which one analyzes existence to search out the absolute truth. This method continues as long as one is not situated in his spiritual life. Spiritual life is Brahma Bhuta, the self-realized state. In the words of Bhagavad Gita, Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma na shochati na kangshati sama sarveshu bhuteshu mad bhaktim labate param. One who is thus transcendentally situated, at once he realizes the Supreme Brahman and becomes fully joyful. He never laments nor desires to have anything. He is equally disposed to every living entity. In that state, he attains pure devotional service unto me. The idea is to enter into the Para Bhakti, the transcendental devotional service of the Lord. To attain this, one must analyze one's existence. But when one is actually engaged in devotional service, he should not bother seeking out knowledge. By simply engaging in devotional service undeviatingly, one will always remain in the liberated condition. Mam cha yo vyabicharena bhakti yogena sevate sagunan samtitetan brahma bhuyaya kalpate. Bhagavad Gita 14.26. The unflinching execution of devotional service is in itself Brahma Bhuta. Another important feature in this connection is Anena Yogena Yathopadesham. The instruction received from the spiritual master must be followed immediately. One should not deviate from or surpass the instructions of the spiritual master. One should not be simply intent on consulting books, but one should simultaneously execute the spiritual master's orders, Yathopadesham. Mystic power should be achieved to enable one to give up the material conception. But when one actually engages in devotional service, one does not need to practice the mystic yoga system. The point is that one can give up the practice of yoga, but devotional service cannot be given up. As stated in Srimad Bhagavatam 1.7.10, Atma Ramascha Munayo Nirgrantha api urukrame kurvanti ahetukim bhaktim itham bhuta gunam hari. Even those who are liberated, Atma Ram, must always engage in devotional service. One may give up the practice of yoga when one is self-realized, but at no stage can one give up devotional service. All other activities for self-realization, including yoga and philosophical speculation, must be given up, but devotional service must be retained at all times. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschartya Desha Tarine Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namine Gaurat Vishe Namaha. हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेशः गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. So, in this shloka, Prabhupada makes a very wonderful point that all the processes of yoga can be given, but bhakti yoga cannot be given. Although if you read this shloka, nowhere it is mentioned directly like bhakti. It's all mentioned anena yogena. You will find the word yoga, not bhakti. And that is the special, you can say the potency of an acharya. Because Vedas and even Purana, actually the language Sanskrit itself has many meanings for even one word. At the same time, many times you will see the language is not used in the scriptures. The language is not used in giving emphasis on the meaning itself, the only meaning. No, it's not that just as 2 plus 2 is 4, so wherever 2 plus 2 is written, there will be 4. The scriptures, they are given very much, they are written with the context, in what context that is being spoken. And that is why many times you will find many other personalities apart from Supreme Personality of Godhead has been addressed as Bhagavan. Right? Those who are powerful personalities. Many times Lord Shiva is addressed as Bhagavan. Narad Muni is addressed as Bhagavan. Jai Shri Radha Madan Mohan Lalita Vishakha Devi ki Jai, Krishna Balaram ki Jai, Gaur Nitai ki Jai, Prahladesh Narsingh Bhagavan ki Jai, Shri Prabhupada ki Jai. Tatra Bhavad Bhagavan Vyas Putro. Shukdev Goswami is mentioned. Tatra Bhavad Bhagavan Vyas Putro. Bhagavan Shukdev Goswami, he arrived at this. Very powerful personality. So that is why here what it is mentioning, that one has to give up his the process of liberation itself. After you become liberated, give up the process. Something appears like Mayavad. Something. But you see, what is the difference? Let us understand by one example. What is karma? Karmi. Karmi means if we are attached, one is attached to the fruits of his action. Whether he is doing something and he wants the fruits, he is a karmi. But then the next stage is a karma yogi, who is detached from the fruits, but is attached to the process which he is doing. For example, I am coming to the temple and I am praying to the Lord, my dear Lord, and I am donating something now. Please take this money, but I have some unfulfilled project. Please help me in that. So that is the mentality of a karmi. He is coming to Lord. He is a pious karmi. There are impious also who are breaking the rules, but it's all on the karmi level. Piety is there, and bhakti unmak suprati he will get, but that. But then one person comes, Prabhuji, I am very fond of doing some particular seva. I am very fond of simple seva. I am very fond of cleaning the floor. Give me this seva. I don't want anything. He said, okay, do it. And he is very diligently doing his service. And he doesn't expect anything. But if this person is told, today the floor is very clean, we don't want floor cleaning, but you see there is some sabji cutting seva. Can you do it? No, Prabhuji. That I don't like. I can't do it. Give me this seva. So he is doing his seva nishkam, but he is attached to the service. So that he comes on the level of karma yogi. But then the third person, he says, Prabhuji, give me any seva you like. The authority may ask, which seva you want? Oh, I want, I am very good at floor cleaning, but you can do me anything. No, okay, you clean the floor. And he is cleaning the floor. And then authority says, see, today you can you cut the sabji? Of course. He puts down the jhadu and he starts cutting the sabji. This is bhakti yoga. Giving up the process itself, but not giving up the devotional service. He is not giving up the devotional service. So, King Rishabdev, in this context, we can understand one very important. Actually, I was hearing one lecture recently, and the devotee made a very wonderful, very nice practical point. That when we come to devotional service, when we come to an institution like ISKCON, and we engage in devotional service, generally we do three types of activities. There are three types of activities. One, which we like to do. Second, which we have to do. And third, which we are asked to do. Which we like to do. For example, I like to, I am good at speaking. I like to preach. I like to give classes. Part of devotional service. One which we like to do. Second is which we have to do. Chanting 16 rounds, following 4 regulative principles, getting up early in the, attending Mangala Aarti, morning program. We have to do. And third is which we are asked to do. That is what the authorities ask for our seva. Now, if we want to remain comfortably happy and blissful in Krishna consciousness, we have to maintain a balance of all the three. This is very important. See, if we only do the things which we have to do and which we are asked to do, but we neglect totally what we want to do, which we like to do, at the sadhana stage I am talking, not at the Paramahamsa stage, I am talking at the sadhana stage, then we will become frustrated. But if we only do the things which we like to do, we will become whimsical. So both the things have to be in a proper balance, because this thing gives us nourishment, more nourishment than purification. This gives more purification than our happiness, nourishment to our bliss I am talking about. But both these things have to be in a balance. Then spiritual life practicing becomes easy. So anyway, see, in this chapter, King Rishabdev makes so wonderful points. What he is speaking, he is giving his instructions, King Rishabdev's instructions to his sons. And what are the instructions? Simply pure devotional service. Nothing else he is speaking. He is a king of the entire planet. He is not telling, my dear sons, go and learn some management skills, go to the or go to MIT, Massachusetts Institute of Technology, and learn some technical fields in technical skills in agriculture. No, nothing like it. What he's saying, Nayam deho deha bhajam na loke, kashtan kaman, don't become like doctor. See, and since he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Bhagavatam speaks like this. Bhagavatam speaks about him so that we can follow his example. Especially as Grihasthas, it's very exemplary. He says, don't be attached to the... So, today, I remember in a few months back, when I was in Kuwait, we have, being a doctor and being in the working outside, I was in touch with many. We had a social, there were many people in the building who were very good friends with us. So we used to go to their house sometimes to trying to share what we have with them. Many times we see these affluent people who are very affluent, as well as they are having some opulences. They are beautiful, they are rich, and they are quite influential. Their children, when they gather, we see many times these children, small kids, 3 years old, 4 years old, they cannot even, they just began to speak sweetly, and we'll see they are playing with each other, and they are there is a boy and a girl, 3 years old, and they are simply, and they are talking to each other, and what they are talking, simply they are copying what is coming on the idiot box, the television. Like the hero and the heroine, the actress and actress, they are proposing to each other, they are expressing their so-called romance. Same things they are doing over here because they are seeing the television daily. And the parents, they are so happy and so, they are laughing. Wow, so sweet. So they feel so sweet, so blissful that our children are so smart. You see, and sometimes I ask them also that have you ever thought what they are doing? ये तो बच्चे हैं, उनको कुछ समझता थोड़ी है. They don't realize what they are doing. I mean, it is, come on, you are thinking too high. You are talking about lust for a 3-year-old kid. And there is something called as a boiled frog syndrome. You know what is a boiled frog syndrome? You see, if a frog is a creature that is called as a poikilothermal. In biology it is called poikilothermal, means it can change its body temperature according to the environment. We cannot do that. We need 98-degree temperature for our survival. If it becomes less, we become sick. Becomes more, we become sick. Frog, he can manage his temperature in a wide range and survive without even realizing it. So what happens is, if a frog is in a water and you start heating the water, slowly the temperature goes up. The frog's body also starts heating up, but because it's so gradual, he doesn't realize it, and he gets boiled and dies. On the other hand, if that same frog, he jumps into boiling water, immediately he will jump out because he is not accustomed to it. His body is not accustomed to it. Same thing happens. When we were young, atmosphere was so pure. I remember 30 years back, atmosphere was so pure when we could hear about one boy has one girl has gone and talked to a boy out of his house. Yeah, I came from a small place, and that too in a very small community. Was there. Oh, how come she has talked to? It was a big news because there was not nowadays because of this media and so much of this propaganda. There is so much of we have become accustomed to sinful. That's why somebody once asked. Somebody asked a devotee that the Soburi Muni, he just saw two fishes and he fell down. We see so many people outside doing so many all nasty things in public. In metros, in foreign, publicly they are doing all these things. Why don't we fall down? The devotee said, "You fool! You are already so much fallen. How much more you want to fall down then?" So the thing is, this is that boiled frogs. We are used to all these things, and the parents, they don't realize this thing, that this is not that they are gaining some yogic siddhi, or they are gaining some self-control by seeing all these things. Actually, they are degrading themselves from the beginning itself. So these children, when they grow up, they don't, yeah, Prabhuji, it is normal. They feel, why this person is making a big fuss of it. It is so normal. Because they have been used to all these things. Therefore, Prabhupada in ISKCON made it very clear. Prabhujis and Matajis, no mixing. Or mixing as little as possible, only for the sake of service. Otherwise, fire and butter. Butter will melt. It's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time. So, we can follow, but only that person can follow the instructions of Rishabdev, you see, who himself is sincerely following the instructions and who has actually realized the depth of the dangers which he is speaking about. Otherwise, generally what happens is, when we are in the temple hall, then the tendency is, where is Maya? Because we are in the spiritual world, we tend to think, where is Maya? We don't care. Srila Prabhupada, once he made a statement, I am very concerned that my disciples are not afraid of Maya. Something like that he made. They are not afraid of Maya. What happens is, little bit, it comes little by little. See, fall down doesn't happen all of a sudden. You will see, because Krishna is not a dictator. Krishna is not a mathematician, or he is not a baniya, businessman, that you give 1 hour to Krishna and he will calculate, this he has given me is 1 hour, so I have to give him this much. No. And he has done this, he has broken this rule, accordingly this punishment he should get. Krishna is not like that. He is Bhaktavatsa, merciful. So what happens is, fall downs like this, children, they are starting gradually. Fall down happens from very small. Maya cannot enter devotee's life grossly. Especially a sincere devotee, Maya will not enter like, offering meat or offering a casino. No, illicit sex. No, not like that. Not in a gross way. Maya attacks in a subtle way. Sometimes a very small thing a devotee does. And then Krishna, it's not that devotee does something and there is no care taken by Krishna. Krishna gives some Therefore, we will see in case of fall down, even up to the level of great people, you will find they get these warning signs again and again and again. But what happens is, a boy, it's like a boy, he tries to touch fire, and mother just pushes back. But then the boy should understand why mother is doing like this. Again he goes. Again the mother pushes back. Again he goes. Again the mother is pushing. But this boy is adamant. No. He doesn't understand what mother is doing. Then he goes again, and mother once gives a slap, tight slap. And then he realizes, my God. Then he comes, mother, why you are doing like this? Then mother will explain, you fool, you know what you are going to burn to ashes. Then he realizes, but by that time he has got a tight slap. Similarly, in fall down, do something, we get some small reaction, but we don't learn. Then we do again. Vaishnava Prad, doing again, criticizing the devotees. We see, when we criticize the devotees, our heart becomes dry. Whatever, I have seen it, I am experiencing it ample of times. I have experienced it ample of times, still experiencing, and hopelessly I will experience, I don't know how long. Whenever I criticize a devotee, heart becomes dry. Chanting becomes like, Trinavarth carrying Krishna. Then this Krishna becomes so heavy. But we don't learn. Then again we criticize. Again it happens. Third time, fourth time. And one day what happens is, if we don't become repentful, sometimes we don't even repent. It becomes a habit. Then what happens? One day we find something drastic happens and we are exposed. We will be exposed in front of Krishna if we don't repent. So, only a person, I was making this, trying to make this point, is only a person who is actually sincerely following and understanding the dangers of material life. A sincere person, he can understand the depth of what Rishabdev is teaching to his sons. Otherwise, external shows many people do. There is one very famous Katha Vachak in Gujarat. Very famous. And when he speaks about these kathas, practically lakhs of people come to attend. And they cry tears and they are willing to give up their life for this person. But when this Kathavachak, this so-called sadhu, actually this reciter, who is speaking from the scriptures, he has read the scriptures, he has memorized the scriptures. When his daughter became a marriageable age, he married her to a industrialist who has nothing to do, hardcore materialistic family. He married his daughter into that family. Jai Shri Radha Madan Mohan Lalita Vishakha Devi ki Jai, Krishna Balaram ki Jai, Shri Gaura Nitai ki Jai, Radesh Narsingh Dev Bhagwan ki Jai, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. So when he married to a materialist, his daughter. Although he was whole life he is practicing as a Kathavachak, he should be glorifying the Lord. On the other hand, we know about one devotee in our ISKCON, Krishna Chandra Prabhu, Rishikesh Mafatlal, the owner of Mafatlal group of companies, and his brother-in-law, Srinathji Prabhu, Naren Desai, owner of many other companies. When he got his daughter became marriageable age, he married her to a very simple very ordinary but very sincere devotee. And this devotee didn't have any, and this Mafatlal group is some thousands of crores. And this devotee, he's traveling in bus. He didn't accept anything from, he clearly said, see, I will not change myself. I'm happy with what Krishna is giving. And he's traveling in bus, and this father said to the daughter, my child, you have to follow your husband. And so this daughter also, very happily, both of them, from Mercedes, they didn't take a second, she didn't take a second to travel in the bus. And he's so happy. The father is happy, the daughter is happy. See, like Chavan Muni and Sukanya, right? The father is a king, not a king, an emperor of the world. He said, you have to live with your husband, and she's so happy. See, this is what is Prabhupada has given us, compared to what many other so-called religious groups, which I have come across, and you may also have come across many. There's something so unique, and this is what is about bhakti. I was hearing one lecture. One devotee was telling, how can you understand whether you are following bhakti yoga? Bhakti is, there are two sons of bhakti, Jnana and Vairagya. So when you are practicing bhakti, Jnana and Vairagya has to come. And this is how we can understand, oh, we are practicing bhakti yoga. This Jnana is there, Jnana about Krishna. Before coming to ISKCON, we didn't know who is Krishna, who is Vishnu, who is Lord Shiva, who is Ganeshji. We don't know anything. And we just had this khichdi, which we are drinking every day. But after coming to this clarity of vision which we have, and not only that clarity, see, and this clarity doesn't come only by reading, it comes by mercy of God. And the Vairagya, the detachment from sins. This we'll find. There was one devotee in Bangalore, a doctor. There is a devotee, I think in Bangalore, somewhere in that area. A very flourishing practitioner, doctor. And this I heard in one lecture of Bhakti Rasamrit Maharaj. Maharaj was telling, this doctor is coming regularly to Maharaj. And he was nicely practicing. And he said one day to Maharaj that, Maharaj, I have told my son, he had only one son, and he has a big hospital. He said, I have told my son, if you want to become a brahmachari, go for it. There is no pressure from my side that you have to become a doctor and run my hospital. It is so blissful process. I'll be most happy if you become a brahmachari. See, this is the effect of following devotional service, and this is what Srila Prabhupada has given us, and this is what Rishabh Dev is actually instructing. Through his son, he is instructing the entire creation actually. Thank you very much. I'll stop here. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Is there any questions? Or comments, or anybody would like to add anything? Yes, Prabhuji.
Thanks for a wonderful class, Prabhu. There's a question, like many times we feel that we are in a group of devotees and they are also very serious in performance of devotional service, and we are also here for making a spiritual advancement. But we find that there's a lot of difference in opinion, and sometimes we are also in the mood of holding our opinion, and sometimes other person is also very, very fixed up in holding his opinion, whether it may be correct or wrong. So how can we overcome this tendency of ours? At the same time, what to do when practically we are seeing the loss in a project, because of other persons holding his opinion. Practically, question one is like, what can we do basically to eradicate this tendency from our heart? Secondly, what to do when we are practically seeing the loss in a project when other person is holding his opinion and is not ready to compromise for the same.
Hare Krishna. I'd like to actually Maharaj can give a better answer. I'd like to answer as per my understanding, my little understanding. First of all, differences will always be there, whether in material world or in spiritual world. Spiritual world also, and the reason is we are all individuals. Nothing is one. Everything, there will be differences. Yeah, the thing is the differences in spiritual world are on the level of pure love. Yashoda Mai wants to serve Krishna she wants to please Krishna by feeding, and so she wants to stop Krishna from playing. His friends want to please Krishna by playing because they are in Sakyaras. For them, this feeding is a disturbance. They want Krishna. They know that Krishna is so happy with they can think on that level of Sakyaras because they are in Sakyaras. So they want, if Krishna goes away, it's not that externally it appears that it's our enjoyment is lost, but they internally, Krishna's enjoyment will be affected. Krishna, you should not go away. There is a clash. In material world, in outside material world, clashes are only on the basis of false ego. The problem is in the community of devotees where we are practicing as sadhakas, the intentions are pure, but the actions might not be. So, Bhakti Tirth Maharaj once made a very, he gave very nice classes on conflict resolution, and there he mentions one point, a very effective point is to enter into other person's shoes. That is what he says. To look from his point of view. First thing. At the same time, not losing our legitimate worries. We have our legitimate worry. What if in this department, if I am doing something, what if I am not allowed to do this thing? The department will suffer. Right. We know that thing. For example, you are in the altar department. Now if somebody from the Sankirtan department comes and says, Prabhu, why you are making this altar dome like this? It doesn't look good. You can make it in a different way. Now you know that if I do like that, then you know all the difficulties in it. That person might not be knowing it because he has not done the work. At the same time, this person is thinking, oh, what, I know everything, because that is a general tendency. I can do something better. I can, because giving a advice is the easiest thing. Par upadesh kushal bahute. So at that time, not directly contradicting, because if you directly see if a vehicle is full speed running and you try to stop the vehicle by running your vehicle from the opposite end, then what happens? Then the clash is there, vehicle is stopped, but the damage is too much. But at the same time, if we try to go side by side with the vehicle and try to explain to him, see, in front there is a ditch, stop it, stop it. You explain the consequences of running at this fast speed in this direction. Slowly that person, it will be slow process, but he will stop. At the same time explaining our conditions. One thing is for sure, good intentions are, see, we have to be very, one thing we have to understand, as Bhakti Tirth Maharaj again said, it's not sufficient to do the right thing. It has also to be done in a right way. Good intentions are not at all sufficient. That is why sometimes we say, I did this mistake, but my intentions were right. No, that doesn't give any, that is not very important. So, when we both are, and what you pointed out is right, because it is very easy to differentiate, it is very easy for a devotee to choose between right and wrong. The difficulty comes when we have to choose between right and right. And as you said, both have their own, both want to serve Krishna, both want to serve the mission, both want to serve Guru Maharaj. At that time, taking a humble position instead of fighting, but at the same time, see, in this connection, taking a humble position like Hanumanji did with Sursa. Sursa grew up, Hanumanji grew up, again grew up. Then Hanumanji understood, whatever I will go, she is going to grow. He became small, and he became small, and it did his job, and he came out. So sometimes in arguments they will keep increasing. So at that time, at an appropriate time, taking a humble position. But taking a humble position doesn't mean to give up to your demand. Hanumanji didn't give up. Okay, I am going back. He had an opportunity, at a proper opportunity, he took a humble position, but he entered and he came out. He defeated Sursa with his humility. So this will require an intelligence to become like water. When water comes from Gangotri, Ganges comes from Gangotri, it's not that it's a free, nice, comfortable flow. She has to endure many obstacles. There are many mountains, there are many rocks, many trees which she has to cross. And every obstacle is trying to stop its flow. And it's their nature. It's that their service, which they are supposed to do. But what Ganges does, when she hits, she finds an appropriate route and flows down. She never stops. And that is what in service we have to learn. If there is an obstacle, how to become like water and change the course a little, but not forget the goal. And that comes through, that comes through our experience only. So, is that I tried to answer a little. Any other questions? Yes, please. Sorry? Dangers of fall down. Yeah. 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 That is why we have to understand that scriptures, they are not like mathematics. Scriptures, they give, see, you will find in scriptures there are two types of examples. One example which actually we can follow and we are expected to follow. But another examples, they show the greatness of devotional service. They are not for us to follow, but they give us a hope that devotional service is so great that it can surpass any other process. So, and the Lord's mercy is so infinite, there is no limit to it. So these things give us a hope that we have some hope for we can also practice devotional service. So in case of Ajamil, that was a special case to show the greatness of the holy name, to show the power of the holy name. But it doesn't give us an excuse to follow Ajamil. Oh, we will also fall down, we will do all sorts of sense gratification at the end. Lord's holy name is there. Ajamil story. No, it's not like that. It is like, I gave an example in some of the class. If you want to become a doctor, PhD doctor, you want to become a PhD. The process is from our kindergarten till 12th standard, study, then become a graduate, then become a postgraduate, then do a doctoral study, and do write a thesis, and you give all these exams, you will become a PhD. But many personalities like Amitabh Bachchan, he has been awarded an honorary doctorate by, I think, Yale University, UK. He didn't have to study all these things for doctorate, simply became. But if we follow, if we think, oh, I want to become a doctor, let me just sit waiting for the Yale University, how much chances are there? Practically no chance. So these examples like Ajamil, they are to show the greatness of devotional service. Did I answer your question? Any other question, or we should end here? ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की, श्रील प्रभुपाद की, निताई गौर प्रेमानंदे।